hello. Cringe Crew Music Podcast Series 2. In the series, we are listening to and reviewing an entire band's discography. Currently listening to The Wonder Years. We're on their second album, The Upsides, which released in 2010. Yeah, that, I guess. Okay. So,
This is the record.
Last week was certainly an album, I guess. So I'm hoping that this is an improvement. We shall see. So this is, I guess, according to Wikipedia, the start of a trilogy that will include the next 2 albums that the band releases that deal with the vocalist's struggles of loneliness and being scared and feeling lost. So a bit of backstory on this. The Upsides is about fighting back. The band began writing the album on early morning bike rides, compiling lines in a notebook for an album that was intended to be about how he had given up. This referring to the vocalist. Although it seemed the members of the band had been beaten into misery since their 20s, Campbell, after riding past a fountain and seeing it had been switched on, realized it wasn't right for him to feel defeated at 23, and after a month of riding with the band living in his home, they merged with a newly adopted "We're Not Sad Anymore" philosophy, as referenced on the thing that Ted showed us. So, that. So, I'm assuming that this album is going to be depressing, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Sad boy shit. We'll see.
I would say less depressing versus like finding hope in depression. There's actually, I have the other version, the 10-year anniversary release of the record, and you can see the band has this like pigeon mascot holding up the same "I'm not sad anymore" sign.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing with the pigeon was that like they're super resilient. Even though they live a boring, dull, gray lifestyle, they just kind of keep going. And they wrote this record to kind of reflect that finding hope in miserable shit. It's a pretty neat concept.
Uh-oh. If you're editing this, Ted, I fucked up and pressed buttons. Oopsie. You saw nothing. All right, all right. Yeah, me having hotkeys on my number pad and pressing them when I'm recording or live is very inconvenient for me because it switches the scenes. Anyway, I guess we can get right into it. Track number 1, My Last Semester.
For me, I think that this record kind of signifies a change in genre between like older emo music versus like actual pop punk. For me, this record has a whole lot of like, hey, society sucks. I shouldn't have to go to college. All of these people are fake and stupid. I also think that it's very cool the way that this song develops. At the very beginning, it's kind of got that muted audio still where it's like still sounds shitty, but then the production quality picks up as we break into this album from the last one. I think it's a really good start, and I think it really sets a good tone for the rest of the album.
This actually has like a definable rhythm, melody. Like the drums don't sound like they're being played through a speaker that has a sock as a diaphragm. This is remarkably more like real sounding than the last album. The last one sounded like a bunch of teenagers making a song in their, making an album in their garage. And this one sounds like a bunch of slightly older teenagers that actually have, you know, musicians, like a musicianship behind them now. Like they actually can play their instruments to a much better degree than they could 3 years ago even. This is a good, I like this as a good start.
Certainly is an improvement, I think, in almost every way. Lyrics-wise, instrumentally, production-wise. I think some of the lyrics on the last album were like funny as like a one-off joke, but it kind of got grating after a little bit, you know? But everything here is definitely much better. This isn't really a genre that I'm typically interested in or really enjoy, but I can still appreciate the leap in quality and improvement here still. Very solid. All right. Discord doesn't like when I do that. All right. Track number 2, Logan Circle.
I'm afraid that
once in a while, I hear a Wonder Years song that I just remembered that they used to be not really good. Soupy's voice in this is still like he's trying to sing and pretending he's got a good voice, which is kind of obnoxious, to be honest. Like, he definitely finds his tone later on in later albums. And I think that this song, too, is also, like, it marks a really big shift from the last album into this one. Mike, as you mentioned in the intro, that, like, he saw a fountain turn on. He's like, hey, I guess there's hope in the world. And then they basically rewrote the album. You can tell that, like, it was very literal. That it's like, yeah, there's a fountain. I feel different. And, like, that's the lyrics to this song, you know? I think they still have yet to, like, find their perfect groove, but it's also not, like, trying to come up with a creative task, like writing a song about, you know, the Kool-Aid man's wife cheating on him with Captain Crunch. Like, I think it's a really good start to, like, what is actually, like, decent music by the Wonder Years, but, like, this one still kind of highlights all of the pieces that remind you that they're really, really early in the grind.
Yeah, you can still tell that they're kind of early. I'll say that I do think that Soupy, I'm just going to call him that from now on, that his voice is, at least in my opinion, significantly better, again, I don't know how many times I'm just going to say that this is significantly better than the last album, but the drums in this are distinctly better in almost every way imaginable to me. This definitely has the late 2000s, early 2010s pop punk almost feel to it. Like this, it's really hard to describe this almost late 2000, early 2010s pop punk vibe that these kinds of songs give. And this is just kind of feels like not the best, but definitely almost like an epitome of what you would consider a lot of those kinds of songs.
I feel like with this genre of music specifically, like, the vibe for it is so immaculate. Like, you can just picture the place that this was recorded from. It is somewhere in, like, the Northeast. You're driving down the middle of nowhere through some township or whatever the fuck, and there's, like, dilapidated buildings on the side of the road, and it's depressing as fuck outside. Like, you could picture that just listening to this. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, that listening to this can just, you know.
You
right?
did, in fact, just describe Lansdale perfectly, though. It is just a rundown 1800s suburb of Philly. Like, that's just it. You nailed it.
But I guess as for, like, the song, it's like, okay, you saw a fountain and it I don't know, you felt something. Okay, cool. Whatever. I see a fountain too, and it turns on, and it's like, wow, the fountain, incredible. It's like, yeah, you see a fountain come on, and yeah, you're gonna feel something. That's just a thing. Fountains are cool. What do you want? I don't know. The song's all right. I guess it's fine. It's not bad. Again, it's an improvement over the last album. So, like, any song that is not off of the last album is probably, yeah, it's fine. It's good. Track number 3, Everything I Own Fits in This Backpack.
I really love this track. It's 3.5 minutes of, man, everything sucks. Like, moving out, I don't feel home anywhere. I feel alone. I feel distant. Nobody's there for me. Shit's not that bad though, I guess. Like, at the very end, he's like, you know what? We're still playing music. We're still playing shows. Everything's okay. I'm doing all right. And, like, it's very cool. It fits the theme of the album. But it's very true to character. This just resonates in a really special place for me. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I think the only thing I have to say is Soupy is very much trying to have that pop punky kind of whiny sound to his voice almost. It's very interesting. I'll see. I see how that goes from there. But I really like that last line. I'm not as sad as I let myself believe sometimes. That one just almost kind of encapsulates so many different fucking emotions in one, and so many different songs into one, that didn't think you could have one line that, you know, shakes down the entire song into one line. But yeah, they did it. And yeah, I like this one too.
Shit, dog, if that ain't me. Very, very relatable song, I think. for a lot of people, I think. Some stuff even resonating with me a little bit. Yeah, this one's good. I like this one. Not really a whole lot else to say about it. Track number 4, Dynamite Shovel.
The song is an unironic jam. It's only a minute long, but it bangs. It's definitely got some upbeat punk elements to it. And I also appreciate the way that, like, it's, hey, fuck your bigotry. Someone should burn you to the ground. Go to hell. That's what you get for being a religious zealot, right? Like, and I man, it vibes. I love this one.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised I didn't listen to this album when it came out when I was in high school, because this kind of echoes a lot of the same shit I was just screaming into the fucking void as a teenager in fucking high school. Just burn this stupid fucking place to the ground. I don't fucking care. Fuck all of you, you homophobic fucks. And yeah, they fit a lot of that into 1 minute, and they're good. This is good.
There was no shovel full of dynamite. You lied to me. Unbelievable. I can't believe you've done this. My disappointment, immeasurable. They ruined. But no, jokes aside, yeah, a minute and a half of fuck you for being stupid, you dingus. More or less. Track number 5, New Year's Eve with Carl Weathers.
'Cause it's New Year's Eve and 4 degrees, we're stranded, hopeless.
I kind of forgot that there were so many, like, media references throughout this album. But the Carl Weathers one is my favorite. If you don't know, Carl Weathers played Apollo Creed in Rocky IV. And much like that fight in Rocky, it was the whole universe is against me, but we're gonna come out swinging. You know, like, it's very much the vibe of this song. It's the vibe of the album. It's not super new or different than any of the last 4 songs, but it's another banger. It's good.
Yeah, this one's good. I don't know what it was, but Soupy's voice sounds much better on this one. I don't know what it was. It almost sounds like he's trying a different, like, vocal style on this song. It doesn't sound nearly as whiny as it has on the last couple. It's really good on this one. Yeah, this one's really good. It's honestly might be one of my favorite ones so far.
So, looking at the lyrics, I guess this is about the band's van breaking down while they're on tour, and it was like almost 0 degrees outside, and that's fucking rough, buddy. Anyway, what are we at? Track number 6, It's Never Sunny in South Philadelphia.
'Cause most days are bad days. We can't just wait for someone to.
So this one I think is the first one that's kind of like just depressing. There's not really that big hopeful pickup at the end. It's just, I know I'm depressed and need to do better. Still a vibe. Still, like, definitely something that I think most people can buy into and relate. Like, just needing to feel like you need to do better, despite the world around you. But it's still a decent song.
It's always surprising when a song from 2010 can still be relevant 13 years later. Fuck. just fucking goddamn it. This one hits the fucking nail on the fucking head better than most songs, at least from this era for me. Yeah, this one is just fucking depressing as shit. Most days are bad days. Fucking oof. Felt.
And I thought Tom York needed a hug. God damn. This dude needs, like... This dude needs more than a hug, I think.
2 hugs?
2 hugs. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about this. We'll just move on. Track number 7, Hostels and Brothels.
So this song is the same thing it's been all album long, except now they're in Britain. It's this tour sucks. I want to go home. Everything's bad. I miss Philly. Called my dad. He said rub some dirt in it. Dad's an alright dude. Like, that's the song. It's 4 minutes of that, but slightly more sad. Soupy's also trying his best to sing and sound good again, and it's worse than the past few songs.
Yeah, he really piled onto that whiny part there that is just delightful. um, it's always, I just love pop punk because it's fuck my hometown, I fucking hate it, fuck everything about it, and fuck everyone there. Go somewhere else. Man, I fucking miss my hometown. Why the fuck can't this place just be like that, goddammit? I love pop punk, dude. I fucking love it. I just, it's so much fucking fun. This song just, complaining about being on tour in a very depressing fucking place in England. Let's be fucking honest. It's England. The whole fucking place is depressing. Yeah, it's fun.
If England is also depressing, and Philly, from what I've gathered, is also depressing, what is problem? It's almost like you're at home. It's just the accent is different. What's the issue?
True.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't really have a lot to say about this, unfortunately. Other than that, it's fine. Track number 8, Melrose Diner.
I guess I'm just down. I guess I'll be honest. I could use you around.
I forgot how fucking corny and stupid the music video was. I clicked on the wrong YouTube link because that was goofy as hell, man. No, this is just, let's take a song about finding hope and say we miss this girl who treated me like shit. It really out of place. Really crappy song. Even worse music video that looks like the shittiest home movie you've ever seen. I could skip this one.
It's really funny you say that because this song has the most plays on Spotify on this album, and to me this actually feels like one of the more like easily accessible songs for like, this is the song that if maybe you changed the lyrics a little bit, I think could actually be like a decently popular radio song, because it definitely has that kind of pop punk, almost kind of like mall pop punk kind of feel to it. It's got a lot of catchiness to it. This one is almost surprising. I will say though that the lyrics are just a little bit cringe. just a touch with the he's just the broke dick version of me. This is interesting.
I lost my train of thought. I spaced out there for a moment. Yeah, I hate to say this, but like a lot of stuff like this after a while just kind of sounds very similar to me, and I think I've used this excuse before that I haven't listened to enough songs in this genre to really like pick apart like what's different or the subtle nuances of pop punk or whatever the fuck. It's like as an outsider looking in, it very much just all feels the same to me in a way. So I don't know, man. It's okay, I guess. I don't know. I wish I had more things to say, but I do not, unfortunately. Track number 9, This Party Sucks.
You won't find me at the North Jersey club scene with your girls on riot.
He just needed, like, we haven't mentioned it enough times that like Soupy's straight edge and doesn't drink or do drugs. So let's just write a whole fucking song about it because the bar sucks when you don't drink. The one like other takeaway other than this is really redundant and unnecessary is the line towards the end. I can't believe I got stuck here again while the kid with the dreads tells me he's smarter on acid. Like that's hilarious as hell. But beyond that, I mean, you could throw away this song, you wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, I feel like in the pop punk scene, maybe I just don't listen to enough pop punk, but I feel like being straight edge is, I don't know, somewhat uncommon maybe. I feel like, at least in that scene, it was at least common to be somewhat of an alcoholic, especially once you're, of that age. It's just, that just becomes like the natural. Then again, to be fair, I think the natural state of most people that live in Philly is just alcohol. So I guess that's just kind of the easy, the easy shortcut to go to. Yeah, this one's okay. This one just feels like, I don't know. This one feels kind of generic almost for them. It sounds very much like a lot of their other songs.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, actually. I thought, like, in at least hardcore punk, it's probably like a completely way far away from this. A lot of those guys tend to be like straight edge. They're There's actually a restaurant in Salt Lake where the owner, the whole vibe of the place is like really punk and like Hail Satan, and the owner is straight edge. So I don't know. I don't know what that said. What I don't know. Pop punk, whatever. Yeah, right. I don't know. We get it. Drugs are bad. Okay, we get it. Whatever. To each their own, I suppose.
I also love that you can tell that this they wrote this album / released it very like basically right in the middle of when Jersey Shore aired their first season. He mentions the what the fuck is it? The I don't need to pump my fist to look sweet. I'm like, it's fucking hilarious to see a pop punk band even have a general reference to a Jersey Shore like reference at all is funny.
Oh yeah, if you pull up Genius and click the annotation for that, it has a GIF from Jersey Shore.
It's literally just Vinny fist pumping. Yeah.
Anyway, track number 10. Hey, thanks.
Hey, thanks
Oh no.
for everything, for
I
putting
hate it
up
here.
with me.
All right. I definitely like this isn't a you could skip it. This is I do skip it. The only real redeeming quality is the horn, and it lasts like 8 seconds after you've already listened to a minute and a half of the same 3 notes on a ukulele. Like, I'm good. It's not there. This ain't it, Chief. Nah.
Not gonna lie, did not expect a ukulele song in the middle to actually almost end of the album. that was not on my bingo card for today. I mean, I guess it's not the worst ukulele song I've heard, but it's definitely a skip for this album, I'd say. Yeah, this is very interesting. They definitely have a guest vocals of someone who I've never heard of, and a trombone that makes this sound really kind of like a mix between a ukulele and ska, and there's that Gatorade mixture that's like, it's some weird fucking mixture. It's like, it's 2 really weird flavors, and you mix them together and you drink it, and it's literally a flavor you can't place. You'll be like, I know what this flavor is, but I can't tell you what the flavor is. That's what this song just is, like, genre-wise to me. Like, there's a ukulele, and there's a trombone. Fuck all if I could tell you what at all this could possibly fit into, because fuck all of this is pop punk.
Wow, annoying ukulele song. Didn't see that coming at all. So yeah, this song sucks for like a minute and a half, and then it goes back to business as usual, but it's like such a jarring left turn that you're just stun-locked into what the fuck, why? Yeah, this is an instant skip for me if I ever listen to this again. No thank you. Why? Why did you do this? Alright. Track number 11, Washington Square Park.
This is one of my favorite songs on the album. I really like the way that the guitar sounds. It just kind of, it's upbeat. It feels good. But this song is genuinely just right back on track after that like 2 or 3 song detour about not quite the world sucks, but I'm trying to find the upsides. It's another one that's super relatable, super approachable, and just a really good upbeat sounding song. I love this song.
Yeah, I do like this one a lot, actually. I like the refrain at the end. Dan doesn't sound super whiny on this one. I like overall the drums and the guitar sound for this song. Yeah, my first or second favorite song on this album, I'd say.
Yeah, I can actually say that I kind of like how this one starts. Kind of weird going back to business as usual after the last track. Very kind of jarring detour there. But yeah, getting back on track. And where was I going with this? Something about this song stands out more than the other ones, I guess, for me. All right, final track. All My Friends Are in Bar Bands.
All my friends are in bar bands.
I actually love this as the end of this album. It's another one of those everything sucks, all my friends are schmucks. Universe is going to hell, but we're doing okay. And I think that like there are some like undercut themes of like I'm not sure I'm making the right decision to do music instead of a quote unquote real life. And I think having the featured vocalists at the end like really seals the deal that they are doing the right thing. So I think it's really cool that they got a bunch of other pop punk bands from the same kind of time to all do features on the back end. I will say though that the only one that like this might be the first time I've actually recognized that one of those features is the guy who sings for Title Fight, because it's not recognizable because it actually sounds decent instead of like hot blended garbage.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only one of these bands on here that I'm like actually familiar with is Man Overboard, thanks to Teddy. Yeah, this is, and actually, in my opinion, probably one of the better ending tracks for an album that we've heard so far. It seems to actually fit this album, I'd say, and it also seems to be a good closer for also just the entire like concept of the album. Sort of, it wraps that all kind of, maybe not wraps it up, but definitely kind of presents it in the way that it, had started from the beginning. So I really like this one too. Yeah, this was a good ending.
I was initially kind of worried because up until kind of the middle portion of the song, it kind of had this weird 3-track run of weird ukulele song, upbeat song, and then low-key acoustic song, at least at the beginning, but then it kind of picked up and redeemed itself kind of halfway through. And yeah, I do sort of agree that it's a good way to end the album, but kind of like the previous tracks into this are kind of weird. It, like I said, ukulele song, really upbeat song, and then it goes back to being low-key again. Just kind of odd, I thought, but the song fit for the ending, I think. So it all worked out in the end.
Also, I just want you guys to know that the last album, this one magazine or one website called Absolute Punk gave Get Stoked on it an 85%. And they gave the same exact website gave this album an 86. That website thinks this album is 1% better than Get Stoked on it.
Small improvements.
Yep, that's oh, I love it. I also noticed that they did not have like any of that fucking annoying ass Owl City ass sounding synth on there at fucking all.
Which is good. Which is good. I will say too that if anybody's listening to this and is enjoyed the album to this point, don't go listen to the extra tracks. I Was Scared and I'm Sorry is okay. Leaving House is okay, but then it's just reprises of the same things. Like there's a campfire version of Dynamite Shovel, which is just a slowed down version, which really takes the punch of the song out of it. They change some lyrics for Logan Circle and make it more sad and slow. Like it just don't go listen to it. Let this be the end of the album and don't listen to the bonus tracks.
Sorry, I was going to bring that up. For the deluxe edition has 4 extra tracks, which I'm guessing are not worth your time. But if you're really curious, they're out there.
Yeah.
I feel like it's too early to really seriously rank this, but I think we can all agree that this is above the previous album.
Yeah,
and not close.
Yeah, I don't think we need to.
It's like the other one is way down here, and this one is way the fuck up there somewhere.
I mean, when you only have 2 choices so far, something has to be at the fucking bottom. I mean, you can't
a very obvious bottom.
Yeah, I know. You can't label it like 1 versus 999. It's hey, this is 1 and 2. I mean, technically it is 2 right now, but
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else. So I guess that can be it. Boy, I feel bad for the person that has to edit this because I think the entire Wonder Years run of albums is going to be very rough to edit because my internet's not so good right now. I'm hoping that will be improved a month from now. We will see.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
So I knock on wood, but I'm pretty sure my desk is artificial. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we wrap it up. Catch you next time. See you.
Peace.